chance teams have of getting that number one pick. Houston, Detroit, Orlando. They had the three worst records in the league this season, so they each have a 14% chance. But there's still 11 other teams who could elbow their way in there. And just because their odds are lower doesn't mean a little magic can't happen. Remember, just 2 years ago, the Pelicans had a mere 6% chance of winning the lottery, yet they, in fact, walked away with the right to select Zion Williamson at number one. So who'll walk away with the number one pick tonight? The folks you're seeing on your screen, sure hope it's them. Representatives from each of the 14 lottery teams joining us virtually this year. And they are all hanging on every word this next man is about to say. Welcome in to the NBA's Deputy Commissioner and Chief Operating Officer, Mark Tatum.
Thank you, Rachel. Good luck, everyone. Pick number 14 will be made by...
This is so dramatic.
The Golden State Warriors.
One down.
No.
The 13th pick belongs to the Indiana Pacers. Picking 12th will be the San Antonio Spurs. The 11th pick in the draft will go to the Charlotte Hornets.
All right, no surprises yet. Pick's still going to form so far.
Pick number 10 will be made by the New Orleans Pelicans. The Sacramento Kings. The 8th pick will be made by the Orlando Magic.
All right, Orlando coming out of that envelope means that Chicago has not jumped into the top four. Therefore, that pick conveys to Orlando as part of the Nikola Vucevic deal.
The 7th pick belongs to the Golden State Warriors.
All right, that means that we have a jump. Toronto has jumped into the top four. The Golden State Warriors have their two picks set in the draft order.
Pick number 6 goes to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
That means that Cleveland has jumped up. Cleveland jumping up into the top four. Oklahoma City getting that pick there.
The 5th pick will be made by the Orlando Magic.
All right, the Magic with the number 5 pick. That means that the Raptors, we see Fred VanVleet. There have been a difficult season for them playing down in Tampa. They could use some good news. We'll see if they get the number 1 pick. The Cleveland Cavaliers have had the number 1 pick more than any other franchise. Can they get it again tonight? Kobe Altman will find out very soon. The Detroit Pistons. Good luck, Ben Wallace. He's going to be a Hall of Famer in just a few months, and maybe he'll come home with the number 1 pick tonight. And we also have the Houston Rockets. They are keeping their pick. It does not go to Oklahoma City. However, the Minnesota Timberwolves, as we have seen, are not. Yes, and DeAndre, well, it is time to find out whose franchise is about to take a dramatic turn. The Rockets, the Pistons, the Cavaliers, the Raptors, they are all still in the running for that number 1 overall pick. So let's go back to Mark Tatum. You got a lot of nervous folks wanting to know what's in those envelopes, Mark.
Thanks again, Rachel. The 4th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft presented by State Farm goes to the Toronto Raptors. The 3rd pick goes to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The 2nd pick will be made by the Houston Rockets, and that means that the number 1 pick in the 2021 NBA Draft goes to the Detroit Pistons.
Let's roll, baby. Let's roll.
Congratulations. Congratulations to Hall of Famer-elect Ben Wallace. Now, your team got a gem of a pick last year. Saddiq Bey made first-team All-Rookie. Now, with a #1 overall level of talent, what do you think that can do for the Pistons as soon as this upcoming season?
It's going to mean a lot. It's going to mean a lot for this team. You know, I think the team is heading in the right direction. We got a group of young guys who comes out and play hard on both ends of the floor. You know, it's one of those teams where, you know, guys come out and they make plays with their energy and effort. And to add a #1 pick to that caliber of team, you know, the sky should be the limit for this team.
Well, if there is anyone who knows about energy and effort, it is you, friend. Congratulations on the Hall of Fame and on the #1 overall pick. And for the rest of the teams, here is the entire draft lottery order. The Pistons right up there at #1. The Rockets still in a fantastic position at #2. The Cavaliers continue to have great lottery luck this decade. They're at #3. All the way through, you can see to the Golden State Warriors. They will have 2 picks at #7 and #14. So I want to bring it back in here to the studio. Richard Woj, from your perspective, what are the biggest takeaways from the team side with the way the order panned out? And we can start with you, Adrian.
Rachel, I talked to Troy Weaver, Detroit's general manager, earlier today. He told me there are 4 players at the top of this draft he would dig into if they got the #1 overall pick, but certainly it starts with Cade Cunningham. His representatives of XL Sports told me Cade Cunningham is going to visit one team. That's a team who had the #1 pick. Detroit did not miss the last time they had the #1 pick. They took Bob Lanier out of St. Bonaventure in 1970.
Well, look, what I really like about this Detroit now roster is you kind of possibly see it panning out. You had 2 all-rookies. You had Saddiq Bey, you had Isaiah Stewart. So you had 2 all-rookie players. That means that you have a young group of players that are starting to grow. I love what Jeremy Grant did. So, you know, I don't know who the Detroit Pistons are going to pick, but if you are a Detroit Pistons fan, your future is looking brighter and brighter.
Jay, you knew that Woj had to get that Bonnie's reference in there. Now that we have seen that it is the Pistons with that #1 pick, does it change for you who should be #1 given the fit there?
No, I still think it's Cade Cunningham. He's the most complete player in the draft at both ends of the floor. He's an outstanding passer. He's got great poise with the ball. He can shoot it, a 3-level scorer, as we mentioned before. He's also an underrated defender that's a fantastic rebounder for his position. With his size and length and all of his skill set, I think Cade Cunningham is the best prospect in this draft. And you take a look at the top 3 overall on my board, and I don't have a board, my list. I've got a piece of paper. Everybody's got a board. Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, the most talented big guy, and Jalen Suggs, an outstanding point guard that plays at both ends of the floor at a really high level.
You know who has a board? Jonathan Givony has a board. Let's take a look at his top 5 here. He also has Cade Cunningham with the Pistons. He thinks the Rockets will select Mobley. He thinks the Cavs will select Jalen Green. He thinks the Raptors will go after Jalen Suggs, and the Magic will draft Jonathan Kuminga. For the rest of Givony's mock draft, you can go to ESPN.com/NBA/draft. Thursday and Friday of this week is the NBA Draft Combine. Meanwhile, the draft itself just a little more than a month away. On Thursday, July 29th, we'll have coverage on ESPN and ABC. Thanks for joining us for the lottery tonight. Now we've got Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. Take it away, the Hall of Famer, Mike Breen.
Thank you, Rachel. We go from future NBA stars to the current crop, and there are still plenty alive in these NBA playoffs, including this Western Conference Final. We welcome you to a Tuesday night in Phoenix, Arizona, Game 2 between the Suns and the LA Clippers. And another raucous crowd expected. They were packed on Sunday.